watching, let me also introduce Mayur Milak, who's joining us on this discussion today. Mayur, let's take those pointers one by one. Let's talk about Maruti first and the kind of dip that we're anticipating on that. What would you do with a Maruti currently? What are some of the factors you're watching out for?
Yeah, I think the slowdown is pretty much known. I think we've been into this for like now 7-8 months. So I think everybody is now waiting for some green shoots to come back. We also expect that probably from August end onwards you should start seeing the festive demand come back. On top of that, there is this whole thing of diesel production. You've got e-mobility. So there is a lot of chaos, yes, and I think most of that has come into the price. I think the street has priced too much pessimism in these stocks. Go back to 25 years, 30 years. We've had a cyclical industry. Come to the valuation part, I think if you take a typical 4-5% volume CAGR for the next 2 years, keep margins steady, you're arriving at a 17-18 PE for a Maruti. I wouldn't want to believe there is too much pain left from current levels.
Okay. What about two-wheelers, and what within that does Bajaj Auto hold? Because, about a month or 2 months back, Bajaj Auto was the most favored one because of 30% of their revenues coming in from exports. It gave them the currency hedge. Is that still the preferred one? And in light of that, what is it that we can expect from the quarter gone by?
So I think coming to Bajaj, yes, but to be very honest, I think we've always looked at Bajaj as more of a margin player rather than a volume player. I think the fact that they are now wanting to come back to profitable growth is something that makes it more attractive at these levels. I think getting a stock like Bajaj Auto at a 14 PE at current assumptions, I think it's a great stock to look at. I would definitely, in the two-wheeler side, in fact, I'm a little more probably a contrarian buy. I would actually want to bet my money on all three today. We recently upgraded TVS Motors as well. We thought that they are probably going into the right pockets. So while yes, there is a slowdown in the overall scene of things, but I still want to believe that if a Bajaj comes back to making its margins healthier, it leaves Hero with the choice of really doing the 100cc more in terms of volume. So most of these guys are Hero available at 11.5 PE 1 year forward. So there is very limited downside, I would believe, from these levels.
And TVS actually sounded the warning bell on the outlook right now. So given that, you're still fairly positive.
See, I think honestly, if you ask me, go back in history, last 8 months, I think most of us have been wrong in terms of, the warning bells or what is really happening. I think the slowdown in retail, it started October, but you still saw these guys do absolute high production till March. And then March, all of a sudden, you started seeing, the production cuts coming their way and they are now aligning their inventories. So I think it comes with a lag effect. We would actually be more keen, in really checking what is happening at the retail level. And once you start seeing some demand really coming back, we want to believe that, these players would come back strong.
Mayur, I just want to understand the situation on ground, whether or not you've done any sort of channel checks, because, it seems to indicate from dealers that the over 200 car dealers have shut shop. Have you found out any more details on the on-ground situation, on the inventory, channel checks, etc., and how bad the situation really is?
Yeah, so we regularly conduct these channel checks. We recently visited MP, which is about 5-6% of India sales. We visited UP, which is about 13%. Had some channel check in Maharashtra. So about 30% of the market is what we've covered so far in the last 2-3 months. What we understand is, yes, I think there is pain. I think the dealers are struggling with the inventories at the level, but honestly, if you ask me, we've not heard the kind of pessimism that is really more in the media. I want to believe that yes, there is pain, but they've always been aware of that. They have seen cycles. I don't see them really, reeling so much with pain. Yes, there are some job cuts, but I think. So go back to a time, I think they were at 60-65 days of inventory, which has come down to about 40-45 days. Yes, it is, higher than the usual 30-35, but I wouldn't really believe that, this pain is way too aggressive that you would see drastic shutdowns or shutoffs really happening. We've still seen, these guys are selling about 5.5 lakh, the Hero is selling 5.5 lakh motorcycles a month. I think the industry is still selling about 15-16 lakh.
There's a view that since we're just talking about both perspectives, there is a very strong view coming in that if we continue to see the downtake, there will be, millions of job losses coming in the auto sector. That view is also persisting, even though what you're saying with regards to the two-wheelers and the fact that there's value there is also something we're hearing in the market. If you put the two-wheelers aside for a moment, in the four-wheelers, however, is there anything that you would look at currently? Because I understand the value argument on the two-wheeler side. What about the four-wheelers?
I think with the four-wheelers, I'd still want to keep some time, maybe sit on the sidelines and see really what is happening, because I think, two-wheeler is something which comes back with rural growth. I think we've seen a lot of government action. Probably will take some time to really, percolate down there. But yes, I think their focus has been more towards, the rural focus, the rural growth. So I think the first green shoots should typically come into that segment. Four-wheelers, I'm not too sure at this point. I probably want to stay a little away. While valuations are attractive, yes. I wouldn't want to sell, but I wouldn't want to buy immediately at these prices. Probably wait for some real growth to come back.
Do you think there's any further bad news Maruti could hit us with today?
Well, we're already expecting that, the margins could actually be a little tad lower than the consensus and stuff. So we've had our, share of negative terminology. But I would still want to believe that, the stock has seen a sharp correction from 6,100 levels to about 5,600 now. I don't know, at one point in time, everything has to go back to valuations, that, that how much
the valuations comfortable in Maruti? Yet.
I think they are on the lower end of their P band, but yes, markets have always surprised. They could always surprise you. We believe 5,500 is where, it could probably bottom out, but if you further, it will depend on what kind of guidance the management gives. If they further give a further, guidance of severe production cut and, not really sensing anything on the ground levels, then yes, you never know. People are still waiting for some positive news to come out.
Sure. Okay, great to have you in the studios, Mayur. Thanks so much for stopping by and analyzing what to expect from Bajaj Auto and Maruti as they declare their numbers today. But before we take it across to the big market voice of the day, Jayesh